Why are most people okay with just getting by, just scraping through life, doing the bare minimum, paying the bills, and then not putting in any extra work? This is something that I have seen and something that I have learned over the past 2 weeks after working 16 hours a day. I see everyone around me putting in the bare minimum and then going off to relaxing. Like they act like life is like so hard. And yes, okay, life is hard, life is rough, but what I've seen in the average person is that they put in, a little bit of work, they work, and then as soon as they make enough money to stop working, to pay their bills and stuff, they go right back to their comforts. They go back to their video games, their TV, whatever you want to call it, relaxation. And here's the problem. Here's the reason I'm about to go on a rant to you guys, is because these same people complain about being broke, complain that they're not where they're at in life, that they can't travel, they can't do this, that their life sucks or their health sucks. And it's so obvious that the reason why your finances are out of whack, the reason why your health is out of whack, the reason why you're not able to travel or achieve your dreams is because you're simply not putting in enough work, okay? And people hate to admit this. People hate to admit that they are just really doing the bare minimum, right? Most people just want to do their job and they want to be left alone. Humans are greedy and humans are lazy, okay? So I've been studying game theory, and what I found out from game theory, so like humans are greedy, humans are lazy. Okay, why? Because our default strategy as humans is to get the maximum amount of gain for the very littlest amount of effort, okay? And in a world where, okay, you can work some shit job, you can work part-time or whatever, some shitty job, 30 hours a week, 40 hours a week, whatever you want to call it. And then you pay your bills and then you just chill, okay? So you just chill, you pay your bills, right? What do we call this? We call this most of human society. We call this the norm, right? This is like the normal. People work their job, they work their 40 or 50 hours a week, they go home and they don't do anything. They don't do any self-improvement activities. So what they're doing is, they're putting in the bare minimum for the max amount of reward in the short term, okay? Now, the reason they're doing this, right, when technically you could put in way more work right now and get way more reward, like 100x reward, aka getting rich or owning a business or having other people work for you, is because humans think in the short term. People think in the fucking short term, right? They think, I'm going to make just enough, I'm going to work a week or two, my bills are going to get paid, I'm good for the next 2 weeks, right? Most people are thinking in terms of like the next week or the next 2 weeks is what I've realized, right? And when the week or the 2 weeks ends and they're completely out of money, they have problems mounting, they wait till the last second to fix shit that's going on in their life. They wait for problems to come rather than proactively dealing with the problems. What does this mean? What does this mean if someone does this, right? What this basically means in simpleton's terms is they're a short-term thinker, okay? They wait for problems to arise. They only worry about the next few days. They're not worrying about the next 10 years, 20 years, next year of their life. Only just now, okay? There's a really good book that kind of explains this called The Millionaire's Fast Lane. So there is 3 types of people in society. 3, right? Society is split into thirds, okay? How do we split up society? And this is really sad. This is going to open your eyes, guys. So we have something called the streetwalkers, right? What are the streetwalkers? This is about a third of society. These are people who do not work. These are people that are dependent. These are basically the people that everyone's taking care of, right? The, people that, the wives that don't work, children, old people, people that just don't work, okay? People that just don't go out there and they're not making any contribution to society, okay? This also includes like lazy people, right? People that are couch surfing. You know, that one cousin that just never seems to have a job, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about? That uncle that's collecting the disability checks. He hasn't worked in fucking 10 or 15 years. And you know for a fact this dude is not fucking disabled, but he's still living off the government. These are the street walkers, okay? They are people that are just okay with coasting through life, coasting by, as long as they have a roof over their head, as long as they have a fucking food entering their body. That's all they're worried about, guys. That's all they're worried about. They have no aspirations. They have no ambition. They're not someone who is trying to conquer the world. They're not someone who's trying to take action to better their life. They simply float through life and make decisions until they get into a comfortable spot, and then they completely stop their progress, okay? They just kind of go with the flow, if that makes sense, okay? The next type of people, okay, these are the slow laners, aka the normies, okay? So this is the second third of society. This is all the working class, the sheep, right? The wage cucks, the people that are flipping burgers at McDonald's, the construction workers, people, basically people, just regular people, okay? Regular people that work jobs, worker bees, drones, sheep, whatever you want to fucking call them. Just the normal people, and this is kind of like what I'm referring to. The people that are just okay with getting by, you know, they feel like they put in their 40 or 50 hours for the week, okay? They get their fucking check, they go home, and then they fucking pass out and just sit on the couch, okay? Until they got to go clock in back to work. They're not putting in extra effort. They're not going above and beyond. They're not putting in the 110%. They're simply doing what society requires them to do. And then they fucking spend the rest of their time not really doing too much. Just enjoying their time, relaxing, taking care of others. You know, maybe they might be helping some of the street walkers, aka the lazy motherfuckers of society, the ones that don't work, whether they can work or not. But let's move on to the next one, okay? We know all about the normies. We're familiar with them. We know how it works, okay? Everyone knows. Okay, the final third of society. This is called the fast laners, all right? This is the people that are actually actively trying to move their way up through society. This is the people that want more in life. These are the people that actively put in extra hours at work. They want to be leaders. These are the people that want to be in positions of power. They want to make money. Entrepreneurs, corporate people like climbing the corporate ladder, for example, right? People that are in college that are trying to get into a really good career, right? Very professional people that are just, they go above and beyond. They're willing to sacrifice. They're willing to think long term. This is the final third of society. This is the third of society that is the most productive. These are the people that are making inventions. These are the people that run businesses. These are the people that make money online, so on and so forth, okay? So when you are someone who is a fast laner, okay, a fast laner, you go above and beyond. Something is going to happen. When you put in, 16-hour days or whatever, you're building a business, or you're in college and you're working your ass off, or you're starting a business or whatever, right? You're doing some crazy shit, okay? Like, you're taking extra shifts at work. You're trying to get that manager position. You're going to see everyone around you is just lazy as fuck. Lazy as fuck. Like, you're going to see it, especially when you're one of the people that are doing the bare minimum. It doesn't look like that, right? You just see that everyone's just, they're just doing their job, right? It's not being lazy. It's just, I did my duty, right? I don't have to put in extra effort, right? I'm working hard. No. When you meet someone who actually works hard, when you meet someone that can fucking do 10 times the amount of work that you can do in one day, there's people, and I know I'm one of them. I'm one of these fucking people. I can do 10 times the amount of fucking work that a lot of people do in one day. I can do more work in one day as far as my life than some people do in an entire week 2 weeks. And that's what's crazy. And it's not that hard. I'm not saying this because, oh, I have this fucking special ability or whatever. Everyone is capable. This is what I've seen. Absolutely everyone is capable of learning, of putting in a 16-hour day, of being on your grind, of going above and beyond, putting in 110%, getting a shitload of stuff done in one day. But most people are not willing to do it. And like I said, most people don't do any self-work. Most people are not learning new skills, like trying to learn new skills. Like, yes, they may pick up skills throughout their life as they go, just passively. But what I'm trying to say is they're not seeking extra work. They're not seeking extra difficulty. They are avoiding difficulty. They are avoiding extra pain, extra headache. Like, that's the difference. That's the difference. The people that are the top third, the fast laners, the people that are going above and beyond, they are not afraid of going through pain and discomfort in order to win, basically, in order to gain an edge. Okay, like this guy, the fast laner, like guy A versus guy B, right? Guy A is the above and beyond guy, the guy that's putting in extra work. Guy B is the normal guy, right? Who's going to win, right? Guy A, he works the same job, he has the same position, but after work, he's building a business. He's learning skills. He's learning how to build a business. He's trying to get clients, right? Okay, guy B, what does he do when he gets off work? He fucking boots up his Xbox. He loads up fucking YouTube or TikTok, you know? He's fucking jacking off. He's taking a shower. Not that taking a shower is bad, but you know what I mean. He's just relaxing. Versus guy A. Guy A gets off work, right? He puts in an 8-hour shift. What does he do when he gets home? He gets home and he spends 4 to 5 hours working on his fucking business, right? So who's going to win, guys? Come on. Like, this is super simple. It's just a matter, like, what you put in, you will get out, right? What your results are based on your input, okay? If you put in a bunch of work, you will get a result. Like, I'm telling you, if you don't put in a bunch of work, you're not going to get much. And what most people are relying on, like, let's be real, like, yes, we all want to be rich. Even the fucking lazy people want to be rich, okay? But they just don't have the heart. They don't have the heart to bust their ass. They don't have the heart to fucking put themselves out there and work hard or possibly fail, right? They're not tempering themselves. Like, their constitution is, like, extremely soft. And it's just, guys, I'm sorry, but I think I'm, like, kind of going overboard, but you get what I mean. Like, most people in society are fucking lazy slobs. It's disgusting. And I think that's just how it's supposed to be honest, because I think this is my theory. Okay, guys, look. This is my theory. My theory is that humans are born to fill a certain role, okay? Like, that's why one person is good at math and another person sucks at math, right? Even if they went to the same school, even if they're in the same class, whatever. Why is that, right? Why are some people just better at other things, okay? Why are some people really hardworking naturally? Why are some people just naturally lazy as hell, okay? Why? And I don't want to hear no fucking blank slate theory. That shit's been debunked. Humans are not born as blank slates. Yes, environment does play a role. But what I'm saying is you're born with natural traits. You're just someone who's born, like, you could be born smart or you could be born, like, stupid, okay? It's just like, you could be born handsome or you could be born ugly, okay? So who are you? Are you someone that has potential? If you have potential, don't waste it. And that's the thing. A lot of humans are born with the potential to be above and beyond overachievers, okay? But most of them waste it. They waste it on vices, addictions. They waste it on comfort, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to go above and beyond. You need to work hard. You need to see how bad the rest of society is when it comes to this stuff. And you need to really open your eyes and put yourself out there and work hard, guys. Okay? So that's the end of my lecture for today. Go leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see y'all in the next video.